Arman Tsarukyan.
But what the
Some
hell?
would say this guy ruined UFC 311. Other sophisticated people like myself would say he made UFC 311 because tonight we get to witness history when Money Moicano becomes UFC lightweight champion. Why have I got my hood up like I'm Eminem out of 8 Mile? Let's get the hood down. Right, Arman Tsarukyan, let's have a conversation. What is next for the guy? Obviously, he is the number one ranked UFC lightweight. The clear number one contender in the lightweight division, in my opinion, was booked to fight Islam Makhachev at UFC 311. But unfortunately, had to pull out with like 24 hours notice because he was injured. So, Arman Tsarukyan is out of UFC 311 with his fight against Islam Makhachev due to a back injury. That is what Dana White announced. I think he must have had like a back injury like already, and then the weight cut. I think they said something with the weight cut made his injury worse. So I'm not too sure what exactly happened. Maybe like a spasm in his back. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. But Arman Tsarukyan, people are saying that he shouldn't fight for the belt next. He should have to fight another contender matchup.
Bruh.
Why? Like, I'm not the biggest Arman Tsarukyan fan, but let's go and look. So the guy's had 11 fights in the UFC. He has lost 2 matchups. One to Islam Makhachev, the current champion. One to Gamrot. I think he was a bit hard done by in this matchup, but the guy had some big wins on his resume. Matt Frivola, if you want to count him as a big one. Joel Alvarez. He is just ranked now inside the UFC's lightweight division. I think he is a serious prospect, if you even want to still call him a prospect. Great win by Arman Tsarukyan, who stopped him in there. He's got other big wins over Beneil Dariush, who he knocked out in the very first round. And obviously this win right here against Charles Oliveira at UFC 300. People try and say that Oliveira won that matchup. Yo, take your eyes out of your ass, plug them back into your actual eye sockets. Watch the matchup and you'll see Arman Tsarukyan did win that matchup. Now, Arman Tsarukyan is probably more, like, he might have the brain power of like Stephen Hawking, because this guy said he had a secret weapon going into this matchup. And I was like, what the fuck's this guy on about? Khalil Roundtree said the same thing. I didn't see any secret weapon. But Arman Tsarukyan didn't let anybody know that Money Moicano was a secret weapon. This guy's a genius. I love him. I hope he has the best 2025 ever. But I think he should fight for the belt next. It makes sense. Look, this has kind of made the lightweight division a bit better in the long term, in my opinion. Kind of fucks up my predictions for the year. But that's okay. That's okay. I can live with that. Because this then means, the way I would book it right is Islam's going to beat Moicano tonight. Hopefully not, but realistically, I think he will. In my opinion, there's levels to the MMA, and he's levels above Moicano. He is the best right now in the sport. Then he should be rebooked right away to fight Arman Tsarukyan in like May, June time. Let's keep Islam active. Let's keep him active. Have him fight Arman Tsarukyan then when Arman is fully fit, because he is clearly the number one contender. Because what are you going to do? Arman's pulled out with an injury, and then we're going to go, oh yeah, Oliveira is going to fight him over Arman now, even though Arman has literally beat Oliveira in his last matchup. Shit doesn't make any sense. So what we're going to do is have Islam beat Moicano, unfortunately. Then we're going to have Islam Makhachev fight Arman Tsarukyan. In the meantime, BMF title matchup between Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira to tell us who the next number one contender is, why can I not speak, in the UFC lightweight division, right? So this then means we're probably not going to see Islam Makhachev fight for double champ status if this plays out the way I'm envisioning it. So like I said, Max Holloway, Oliveira for the BMF title to find out who the next number one contender is. Arman versus Islam, yeah. Then June, July, August, October. I mean, is Islam going to fight 3 times this year? I doubt it. But in a dream world, you'd have him fight Arman. Then you'd have him fight the winner of Holloway versus Max in Abu Dhabi in October. I think that's a reach. I don't think that's going to happen. But this could set up for my dream fight right here, because I think Islam beats all these guys. But then he would have stayed in the lightweight division. By that point, Ilia Topuria would be on his way to the lightweight division. And I would get my dream matchup. Ilia Topuria, Islam Makhachev. That's the fight I really want to see. It is pretty shitty that Arman obviously had to pull out, and it's affected the card, and has kind of stalled out Islam on his path to becoming arguably the GOAT. I mean, if he goes up and wins another belt, beats Bilal Muhammad, gets a couple of defenses in the welterweight division, The guy is the GOAT, in my opinion, at that point. Maybe. I don't know. John Jones is going to be hard to top. Pause. But yeah, that's what I think should be next for Arman Tsarukyan. I don't think he should be skipped up because the guy got fucking injured. I don't think that's right. He's clearly the number one contender. He's proved it in a bunch of high-level matchups in this division. I think you redo Islam Makhachev, Arman Tsarukyan, May or June time. I'm pretty sure Ramadan will be done by then. So Islam Makhachev will be ready to compete. Arman, hopefully by that point, will be ready to compete because they haven't said if it's like he needs surgery or anything like that. So I don't think it's that bad of an injury. But you can see why if you're Arman, you're not going to risk this chance because he might never get another chance at the title if he was to lose to Islam. Because let's be honest, the guy isn't that entertaining to watch fight style. And he's boring as fuck on the mic. So it's not as if this guy is like must-see TV. He's not. He's got this opportunity, this golden ticket. He should wait until he's 100% fit, in my opinion. And I think he is Islam's toughest test in the lightweight division right now. Unless Ilia Topuria moves up, then it's Ilia Topuria. But right now, in the division, with Oliveira, Poirier, etc., I think Arman Tsarukyan is definitely his toughest test. He's proven in this division. I don't get why people are saying Oliveira should now jump the queue. Oliveira's coming off a win over the winless fucking Michael Chandler. Why is he even being talked about for being next in line for the belt? Oliveira needs to win one more, in my opinion. That's why I think the Max Holloway matchup is a perfect fight for him. You could have that co-main event. What card could that co-main event? The Miami card. It could even be a standalone pay-per-view main event because Max Holloway and Oliveira are that big of stars for the UFC. Plus, the BMF title, yes, it is a gimmick, but it is still a title, and it has headlined 2 other events. So it's not as if the UFC are opposed to doing that. They will do that. And I think that just shapes up the lightweight division perfectly. Then you keep Islam there. He can really build a proper legacy in the lightweight division before then moving up. And hopefully then at that point, Bilal has built up a resume in the UFC's welterweight division, or Shavkat, or whoever has the belt has built himself up properly, and then that means we can get a proper big super fight between Islam versus the welterweight champion, or if Islam is going to stay in the lightweight division, because he's kind of saying he will fight Bilal, then he's saying he won't fight Bilal, so I don't really know what he's going to do. So then if that's the case, then we can still have another potential super fight in Ilia Topuria moving up to challenge Islam Makhachev, which in my opinion is the best fight you can make in MMA today. I know John Jones versus Tom Aspinall is the fight everybody's dying for. I do want to see that matchup, but just from a stylistic, selfish point of view, I would much rather see Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev, in my opinion. But yeah, Arman Tsarukyan should be next for the title. I'm going to be live tonight for UFC 311, so make sure you are there. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you again in the next one.